Good morning everyone, welcome back to my channel. Okay, where are we at? I have finished, I believe, all of the sewing machine side of things. I have stitched around each of the pages for the booklet that we're going to create, straight through and right around. I ended up, because I was mass making to some degree, I ended up feeding through the paper and doing this stitch first. Then I did it again and again and again, and they're all linked together. And it was sort of, I didn't waste that cotton in between. So I just run them all through the sewing machine, separated them all, and then I started the outside edge stitching. So they are all done. While I'm thinking about it, I might just make sure they're all up the right way so that when I start gluing this all together, nothing comes out upside down. Okay, so that's looking good. The cover itself, all I did extra from where we left off is stitch around the perimeter of the cover. And that's purely to add a decorative feature, plus make it a little bit stronger. So the cover is ready. The sleeves of the little concertina in the middle is ready. Now the additional paper, all I've done is stitched around them. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is actually just leave them at this stage and add them to my box of ephemera. Why I'm doing this is because I think these have so many possibilities that I could just then have them ready to go and to grab and insert into a journal. Some of them I think could easily drift into Christmas. There's a few generic colours here, like that'd be so easy to turn into Christmas. The cream ones could go into anything. Even these little birds. There's another little bird with gold on it with the black. Very pretty. The jade, a generic one, and then these stripes. So I think there's opportunity here just to have these because they are very what I'd call neutral to a degree. And they could be literally joined together to create an internal for another cover that you might make around it. They could be glued down. Let's say this is a journal and you want to do some ephemera throughout. That could be glued down and a piece put on top. Let's say you create a decorative piece to sit on top. You could have a tuck. It then opens to reveal the envelopes, and then even this could be a tuck here as well. So as you can see, they're just simple, ready to go, and they are all in the category of, I guess, storing your ephemera. So easily themed for all sorts of goodies. So I'm really loving the fact that I've got a little stash of them now. So I'm just going to put them one side. The possibilities are endless for these. We'll call them inserts. And considering we had a pack of 36 papers. I don't know how many are left here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 pages out of the 36 are, you know, ephemera type little elements, and the rest we've used the entire lot. So in the way of inserts, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 potential somethings. Okay, so really liking that idea of having them pre-prepared. Now let's have a look at our little project. So I want to now attach this pocket. I put the bigger one on the back. My glue is just not coming out like it should, and I need it to be flowing. There was another tip I thought of, because I was sort of doing a mass make. It's amazing how quickly things become streamlined. Oh, I know what it was. I'll show you. I'll just glue this pocket down. Oh, I'm going to need a big pin. Okay. Got to unstick that. Now what the idea was, when I had these little ones, just the page, I just had strips cut at 1 1/4 or 1 1/2, whatever you want. These can be 2 inch, whatever you want, doesn't really matter. I then put a little bit of glue here, glued it down, Then I lifted that up very carefully, popped a bead of glue on there, and then stuck it down. I then did a second one. Let me move this out of the way, goodness sakes. Okay, let's start that again. So mass making tip here. You've got your 6x6 or your 6.5 by 6.5, whatever size, doesn't really matter. Little bit of glue on this edge and stuck it down. Then a little bit of glue on this edge, stuck it down. While that was drying, I did this one. Then I snipped it off. Then the leftover piece, once again, little bit of glue, stuck it down. This is the scrap, little bit of glue, stuck it down, and then once again did the opposite edge and snipped it off. That was it. Instead of going and cutting all your pockets to the one size, for mass making, as long as you've got your strip, it was really simple. And I've got some spare strips as well. So I'll actually put these with these little booklet inserts in my stash. So if I need to create more, you know, it's ready to go. The other thing I did is I reduced my zigzag stitch. Now, for those of you that don't do a lot of sewing, but you do, you know, use it for the odd thing, what I'm talking about is your sewing machine will have a standard zigzag. Okay, now you'll get two options. You should be able to reduce the width and the space, and I did both. Now on my machine, I just press the button 3 times each button. So then my zigzag became narrower and closer together. So the narrowness of it was reduced, or the width of it was reduced, and the actual ziggy-zag was squished up a little bit. Now, when you do a buttonhole, for example, the zigzag's really close together when your sewing machine does a buttonhole. You don't need it that close together because you're puncturing paper, and if paper gets punctured too much, it just weakens it. So you don't need to go to that degree, but definitely reduce your diameter and reduce the space between your zigzags. So just a bit of a tip. Every sewing machine's different, but you will see arrows there somewhere sort of denoting what you can do in the way of sizing. If you were making a really big ephemera, just going to get a needle out, something a little bit longer than that pin. There's a pin. Yeah, like I was saying, if you're doing a really big ephemera folder, you may not need to, I need to trim that. I can see the edge of the tracing paper hanging out, so I might as well get rid of that. And put plenty of glue. And we're going to stick this pocket down. Up the right way, check the top and bottom, yep. Okay. All right, now I can put the back pocket in. My glue is flowing, which is good. Then we will join together the pages. Now, I think I mentioned in the first video that a common technique for creating these particular pages attaching to a concertina style tab spine. I don't know what the name of that is. There would be a name, I'm sure. They use double-sided tape, but I'm just going to use glue at this stage. I guess if you wanted it to make sure it was really strong, you could probably pull out the double-sided tape. But I'm happy with what this will do. Oops. And then I just knocked that pocket. You'd things a minute to actually glue instead of rush, rush, rush. You know how it is, ladies. Go, go, go. Yeah, I had to make this into 2 videos because I spent so much time figuring out what I was even attempting to do, which is just typical. Okay, so now I want to have that as my first page. So I started gluing them together, which they will slide like a pocket over there like that. Yeah, that will work beautifully. So what the plan is I need to join all of my pieces of paper. But leave in here glueless, just in there. So just stay back from the edge, closest to the spine of your envelope, if that makes sense. Okay. What have I done? Must have been some glue where I didn't want glue. That's better. I'm going to put a little bit of blue glue in there as well because I don't want it to feel like it's a bubbly air pocket. Scrap in there. So I'm just going to run a bit of glue through. You don't want it coming apart. As much as I love art glitter glue, it's too hard to get it everywhere. So I'd rather take the time now. Oh, I feel so cack-handed today. Oh, what's wrong with me? All right. Line my edges up again to get that. And then burnish that down so that will become one piece of paper. Okay. All right. I think there's a theory that you should technically start at the back and work across. I think I remember that once from a class I went to that made a piece like this years ago. So I'm just sliding my little leaflet into position. That looks like it'll work. Yeah, okay. Let's just get them all glued together because if I attach this now to the booklet, I'm not allowing the glue to dry. So I'm just going to focus on that first. And there's my, where's my opening? There. So that, let's turn it as we would see it because I want to see that first. Then I'm going to turn it and I'm going to see the pink. So what do we want to see next? Let's do that one as the next one. So that will then flip over. And we can now glue so that's the center. We can glue that then onto there. So let's do that next. Run the glue around, staying away from this edge because our little tab's got to slide in there. So I'm just going to stay back a little bit. Oh, this will adhere really well. This will be nice and strong. I might just add a smear of art glitter glue around as well, stopping before the spine. And that will really, really grip it. Must need to fill my bottle of glue. So let's put that one now on top, lining it all up. There we go. Burnishing tool, just to help that all stick. And that is our spine. So the next one I want to appear here, I want to do a green one. And then I can flip that over. Put my glue in, staying away from that spine. I guess if you do it logically as it's going into the booklet, it should technically will work. It's when you start flipping your pages around and thinking and talking, and you end up suddenly everything's out of whack. Okay. So this one I might put a map in next. Not that there's any rhyme or reason to this, but you know, I'm playing with the papers. Okay, so just putting my pin back on my glue. Need to bring it closer because I can't see. So that will go there, that will flip over. So the next page, and of course all our openings should be, here's our spine. All right, let's put some spots next. So I can flip that over and apply glue. The spots are going to be looking at that map. Oh, I've gone too close. Oh, goodness me. See how easy it is to get sidetracked? I literally glanced to the map going, ooh, yes, I like that. That looks really good. Good work, Corrine. Meanwhile, I've just smeared glue where we don't want glue. Get so used to just gluing everything straight down that when you start doing these tricky little projects, suddenly the glue gets away on you. Okay, I might now put a green one. And hopefully that lines up, and hopefully I don't glue it closed. Try not to put pressure on that end. It should be fine. So that went there, that went there. Once again, the spine's still in the middle. We'll put this one next with the pink one on top. And I've done it again. This time the spine should be there. Goodness me. Oh, doesn't matter, does it? You just got to keep telling yourself it's only paper. What does it matter? You're not giving it to anyone. It's going to be for your own personal use. Accidents create opportunities. You know, all those sayings that we tell ourselves when we jigger something up. Okay, I wonder if I got them actually right in that pile. I'm starting to doubt myself now. As long as I've got an opening somewhere, I guess. So I'm just lining this one up now. Now you could have sewn these together, which probably could have done, but I didn't. No, I don't know if your kids, you can't sew them together because you've got to have this opening here for the spine to go in. So scratch that, that won't work. So that's leading up the garden path. This is, you know, at the end of the day, a very complicated little spine system we've got happening here. So you don't have to do this. There'd be heaps of other ways you could, you know, join all your elements together. So that should be... No, it's not right. I don't know what made me change that. Doesn't matter. That can go there, that can go there. Does not matter. That's an opening, that's an opening. That's an opening. That's an opening. That's an opening. There's the front. So there we go. That one there is very buckly. What's going on? Let's get that burnished down. We should give everything a minute to dry, hey? For some reason that's buckling. I don't know why. Did I put an excess of glue there? See that there? These really need to dry. What I'm going to do now is, because I don't want it to buckle, I want it to be semi good, is I'm going to put some weight on all these to dry now. So I'm actually going to slide them under my mat here. I'm going to stop the video and just give it, you know, time to set. I'm just sliding them underneath. It's a good spot to put things. And yeah, a bit of pressure down on that. The cover's pretty much ready. What could we do to embellish the front? Let's have a little play. Maybe I won't stop the video. Can we use one of our pretty flowers? What have we got? There's some roses in amongst here. I don't want to mess them up. And you watch, I'm rummaging through them. I'm trying very hard not to make a mess. There's a white. Be nice to use one of these, because then I'll slide into the inside pocket the name of the digital, so that for future reference when I go to print more out. I really like that rose. Doesn't do much. It's probably because I'm looking at it on such a decorative background. It's such a distinctive background. I probably need to get onto there some general paper. Yeah, I might do that. Let's put some collage, some paper onto there. Paper. Where will I find paper? Maybe a bit of, oh, I'm getting messages. Maybe a bit of music paper. Oh, I like that. This is a page that I've got here from Auntie May's. And I like the tone of it, plus it gives me flowers. So what am I thinking? Let's just rip it down. I don't know. Am I going off on a tangent? Do I just put a bit? No, I'm not going to use that. I'm putting more busyness on top of busyness. I just spotted that in my bucket of tricks and just got sidetracked instantaneously. I've got a bit of music paper here. What have we got? Just need, so that's all folded to go into journals. So a bit of that will do. Don't like that roundabout word. That's better. So we're just mucking around. Yeah, I think that'll be good. I'm going to glue that down. Where's my glue book? Just putting a little bit of glue on the back of that. Just a little bit matchy-matchy, but doesn't matter. I like it. Can I get that under there? I wonder. Oh, yeah. Look at this. Oh, tricky. I'm getting it under that fabric, so it looks like it was always there. Oh, I like it. Now let's have a look at our flowers. That just sort of knocks back the background a little bit. Wouldn't it be a shame if I don't find a flower that I actually like, which sort of defeats the whole purpose of the whole project, really. It'd just be funny. I'll find something. Oh, I like that. That's a possibility. That white one is gorgeous, but it's probably a bit plain. Oh, I like that too. Can you even see what I'm doing? Is that one there? That's elegant. That one gives me a pop of colour, which I do like as well. Let's have a little looky. Oops. What else have we got? Blue ones, daisies. Oh, there's my rose again. Let's have a look at him again. No, doesn't do much for me. It's pretty, but oh, I can't wait to play with these. I don't mind that. I'm thinking it's that one, guys. Now I don't know where I got these from. Maybe there's one more pile. Let's have a little look. Can't hurt, can it? Could I put two together? No, they're not the right proportions for that. That might work together. Or is it getting too much? Am I just being greedy? Yeah, I'm being greedy. Oh gosh, do you know how long it took me to cut these little flowers out? I can't even see where this one goes. Oh, it's going at the bottom of the pile. Here's the third pile. There's a pink flower, elegant but boring. There is a very pink flower. No. There's his big version. No. Okay, we've made a decision. It's going to be this. But I feel like I need just something else. What have we got in the way of doilies? Says the queen of doilies. Let's just grab a scrap of fabric. I really love this piece of lace here. It's an old collar. Be nice to... Oh, I don't know. Gonna cut that off. Don't know if it's gonna be what I want. Oh, I don't know. It's like it's not the right, I don't know what it is. Maybe I just need a little bit of it. Yeah, just a little bit. Is that going to work? Yeah, just a little smudge of lace on there would be pretty. Okay, let's do it. Where's my glue book got to now? Goodness me, I put things too far away and then I can't reach them. Let's put some glue on the flower. My glue is barely going to be enough. Might as well use this scrap. I think I'll have just enough glue and then I'll need a new glue stick. Plenty of glue so that it doesn't catch on anything as it flips around my table. Yep. Why not, I say. Now the glue thingy has come out. Oh, goodness. I told you I feel like a bit of a hot mess today. Did yesterday too. I'm just going to put that at an angle there. It's just to add a little bit of textile to my piece for interest. Now I've got so much glue on my fingers that I can't even get my fingers off of the lace. Okay, lovely. Move all that out of the way. Now I think I need a label. Just because. Grab my little ephemera book that has lots of little labels in it. Something about flowers would be nice, hey? Like botany, or there's botany. Forest, botanize, stem. What's in behind there? Forest, pollinate, botanize, botanical. Yeah, I like that. I'm going to sneeze. Sorry, guys. Told you I was a bit of a hot mess. Another sneeze. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. I'm falling to bits. There's a lot of flowers out at the moment. I like it down there. Do I like it up there? I'm going to sneeze again. Yeah, the wattle is out here. It's coming into spring and the wattle is just everywhere. And it's agitating my nose. Not that I get bad sinuses. I'm very fortunate compared to my husband. He really suffers with sinuses, but mainly in winter when everyone fires up their fireplaces. He really gets an agitated nose, and which usually leads to a bit of a sinus infection every year. There, I like it. So I've decorated the cover a little bit, which is pretty. Okay. Now, I wonder if I can sneak these pages out. If they've had enough time to glue. Probably not. They look a little better, but they still look a little lumpy bumpy, but that's all right. We can keep going, I think. All right, let's see. How are we going to do this? It's simple, effective. Now, I had a map as my first one. Yeah, they definitely still feel a bit moist. What I think I might do is I'm going to put the glue on this. It's trial and error. Like I said, that's usually tape they use. And they'd run some double-sided tape down there, and they slide it on and then pull it off. Yes, they sort of, there's a little trick to it, but I think this will work. And art glitter glue, oops, got to get it on. Art glitter glue grabs so quick anyway that, oh goodness me, I've glued that shut. Oh no, I haven't. So I'm lining it up top and bottom, a little bit back from the spine, and that should grab. Yep, lovely. Once I get the pages on, I can always go back through and just add a little bit more glue where needed, but at least that's in. That's great. Now, what one was I going to do next? It was a spot. Where's the opening? There it is there. It's nice and open, so it's just a case of pop a little bit of glue. And then encapsulate, there's a big word for the day, encapsulate that little tab within your 2 pages, line it all up, and it will glue closed. Excellent. Now the next one I think was the timber, and it's open, very good. Little bit of glue, and like I said, you do not need to go to the craziness of this particular spine, but I thought something different, give it a go. Would I do it again? Maybe, why not? But then I might get lazy and just do a simple tab, you know, spine reinforced with some fabric or paper, because this is fiddly. I remember it being fiddly when I was making photo albums. There we go. I had a section here on this particular page where my sewing machine got a knot and went crazy there and snapped the thread and caused all sorts of problems. So it was easy enough to fix, I started again and I've just got this funny little bit. But what I would do there is I would get a little label or a little flower and just glue over it if it worries you, if you're thinking that it looks a little bit on the bodgy side. Okay, second last one. I hope I've got all my pockets up the right way. If I haven't, you guys will be yelling at the screen going, no, Corrine, when you flip back through this journal or this little booklet, you're going to find that a page is upside down. I hope not. I hope it's all good. Excellent. And the last one. I can feel that the paper is very cold, which tells me that all the gluing I've been doing is still moist. So for your own benefit, maybe break this down into a project over a couple of days. Give everything a bit of time to dry. I think would be recommended. It'll just sit better as a little booklet. But what a great way to use up a 6x6 paper pad I've probably got about 10 sitting in the cupboard there looking at me that I've had for years. And I've used one up completely in this project. And I've got 11 inserts, I think I counted, that I can use for more ephemera to be themed, to be more suitable for the rest of the... Oh yeah, that's great. How good's that? Happy with that. Happy days. What a great use of a 6x6 paper pad. Well, in my case, it was 6.5 by 6.5, but I've got a mix of both in there. So we used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, plus the green one, so 15. So if you didn't have 12 by a paper pad that's suitable, you could get a 12 by 12 and cut it in half and in half again to get 4 pieces. And I've used 14 to make this booklet. So that gives you a bit of an idea of what sort of quantity of paper you would need for the project. And remember, I trimmed this off a little bit more. I took 1/4 inch off just so that it sits inside the edge of the cover. I left it the same height top and bottom, which I don't think is too much of a problem, but I did tuck it in a little bit there just to sort of neaten it up. I might paper around those corners at the top there just to soften the edge. Once this sits for a bit and dries overnight, I'll then go back through with my art glitter glue, and any gaps that I can squeeze a little glue in just to reinforce it a little more, I will. But yeah, I'm loving it. Can't stop fiddling with it. So now it'll be a case of I can go through and add my flowers plus the designer's name, so that everything to do with this particular designer is in the one envelope. So if this was 6x6 paper, which is the most common paper pad around, it would be, cut that stitching off, it'd be that by there, which is still a fantastic size for these flowers. They're certainly fitting. Oh, let's do a different flower. I'm fiddling now. Let's put those little blue ones up there because they'll be quite noticeable that they are different. Could put these tall poppies. I'm fiddling now. You can go if you if you're sick of me. I'm just stuffing my pockets full of flowers. I guess it's a good way for you to see this particular kit that I purchased, if you'd like to go and grab one for yourself. Lovely. And because I piled them all up neatly as I cut them, this should be relatively simple. What's the time? 44 minutes that took me, so I've got a little bit of time. I can stuff my little folder. So what I'm thinking is I'll create a playlist called ephemera folders, because I've had quite a few people ask me how I made different ones that they've spotted in videos. Now there is a portion of the Tim Holtz series that does make some slightly different. That's these little guys. They all came from pulling apart that journal to make the little ones and then these bigger ones. So that's embedded into a video series, so it's a little bit hard to sort of have that available for people just to quickly view that particular topic. So that's sort of why I was inspired to do this video, because at least now we do a few different ways of making it, and I've got a dedicated couple videos to the project. So for those ladies that have asked how I make them, I will find your comments now and link these to you so you can go and have a little look. And I'll create a playlist, ephemera holding folders or something, I'm not sure. Another idea I had with these inserts is there's no reason why you couldn't glue that now to fabric. So you would have a fabric cover go over it, which you could embellish, and then inside is your little envelope area to carry your bits and pieces. And you could have one for labels, one for flowers, one for birds. Like it's endless what you could do. And if I do make any more in the future, which I probably will, because I've got so much fussy cutting and I really like it sorted, so I know at a glance where I'm at and if I need to print more, because you end up just printing too much of it. These are like real Victorian looking little pieces. I know Rachel from Roxy Creations has quite an arrangement of fussy cut elements as well. So I might even look at doing some envelopes for all of those elements, and then I can keep Rachel's things together in one location, and I might try and come up with a different way of doing a little folder. I wonder if I put them in the cover with this to protect those little stems. Just tuck them there. Heaven forbid I don't have enough pages. See, I didn't do the math on that. Doesn't matter. The main thing is the designer is all together, because that's the biggest struggle, I reckon, when we run out of the bits and pieces and we want to print more and we're looking at it going, well, who's that from? So creating a little folder for each one. Like I've got quite a lot of ephemera folders, but they're really big and they hold a lot of different designers. So to have some smaller ones just for a project, I think is actually probably more suitable to my style of work. That way when I box up that project, and let's say I come back to it in a month's time, inside there is a little ephemera folder ready to go. Have I used that somewhere else? Or is he just a random? He's a random. Listen here, you should be back over here, my little guy. Okay, let's go again. Oh, how good is this? Organisation is all I'll say. Things are organised. I think we're going to run out of pages. Maybe not. Yeah, I think that's what I might do next. I'm going to do a Roxy Creations themed one, because Rachel has birds, she has flowers, butterflies, all sorts of stuff. So I think I might make another couple videos showing what we could do with hers. And because she's got such gorgeous papers, she's actually got a new kit out too. Oh, I think I need to go get that kit. I haven't had a chance to get the French ladies or Italian ladies one either, because they just look gorgeous. Who knows what will come next? I'm just pleased to be a little bit more organised, and organised by designer. And I got rid of a 6x6 paper bag. I love the fact that in my stash now I have all of those little... Oh, we're just going to make it. I have all those little inserts that are all pre-stitched and ready to go, and can just be themed to whatever, made into anything really. I like that, because Christmas is coming up and there's quite a few there that are very generic, and oh, I could just organise my Christmas ephemera would be something. That flower must be elsewhere, because I don't seem to have another popping up here. My little pansies. So I'm going to pull you out because you must have already appeared elsewhere. Just enough space for the flower kit. Like I showed you in the last video, this particular designer has a gorgeous Christmas one as well. So maybe I do need to go looking. There we go, done. That's my little tray is now empty. They've all found a home in my little booklet. And I've got heaps more space. How good is that? Gee. And the bonus is I have 11, I think we counted, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 spares that can be made into something. They can be covered, they can be joined, they could be concertinaed, they could fold all out to make a big flip-flop thing. Oh. So you could even do, if that was cut down, you could have flip outs. You could attach that, have some pockets, have a tuck and a flip out, all in this one particular project. Oh, it's endless, guys. It's just having those raw elements is going to be really handy. I'm just grabbing my little basket of bits and pieces that, as I have leftovers, I just sleeve them, envelopes, and I just let them sit in there by theme, by creation. I'm just now going to slide those into there, and they are ready to grab for future projects. I love it. And I've got rid of that. So I'll probably go through this little piece now and just break down all of these little elements, anything I like that might be handy. There's not a lot there, catches my eye, but anyway, I might even just leave them in that booklet, to be honest, and then they're together as a set. Yeah, I'm not going to break them apart. Okay, everyone, I shall leave it at that. And thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that. And I will create a playlist of ephemera folders. So if I do any more videos in the future for different designers, bits and pieces, it'll all go together. Okay, look after yourselves, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye for now.